Man, I did not play a lot of games this year. Before I'm starting to actually record this, I'm looking at the pile of games that I'm talking about. It is not many. This pile is a lot smaller than I thought. I did not have a lot of time for games this year. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about some of my favorite games of 2024, or games that I played in 2024, because not all of them came out this year. Some of them are a bit old. But this year I didn't really play a lot of games. All the games I played were long, and you'll see by some of the titles. I finished all but one game here, and the one I haven't finished is probably the biggest of all of them. One of my favorite games, the one that I finished most recently, Astrobot. This game is absolutely fantastic, except for the challenges. Oh, that Grandmaster Challenge. Made me want to throw a controller out the window. But we did it. There was another one that made me want to do it too. Anyway, Astrobot. Just a really nice game. Lovely. All the PlayStation, nostalgia. All the little collectibles, all the little bots. Referencing all of Sony properties and all that kind of stuff. After playing Astro's Playroom, I thought, no way they can get better in this. Like, this is already really good. Then Astrobot came out, it's like, whoa. And at first when Astrobot won Game of the Year, I was like, I don't know if it deserved it. And I had another one that I thought deserved it. But I hadn't finished the game yet. And now that I've finished the game, I'm like, okay. Yeah, it totally deserved Game of the Year. This game is so good. And I'll insert a bunch of footage for all of these games in this video. But it's so nice. The level design is so nice. It's so nice to play a platformer in 2024. Like, the last time I played a platformer, it's been a while. Probably Astro's Playroom. It's so nice. So many nice little power-ups and everything. Yeah, really love this game. These are going to be in no particular order, by the way. They're just going to be in the order that they are in my pile. Next up is Persona 3 Reload. I absolutely love this game. I actually got into the Persona series in 2023 with Persona 5 Royal, and I absolutely love that. I finished the Platinum early this year, but I absolutely love that game. I'm currently working on Persona 5 on the PS3. I have not made a lot of progress. I'm also working on Persona 4 on the PS4 at the same time. But Persona 3 Reload made me want to get Persona 3 FES for the PS2, which I now have. And I do plan to play that eventually, but I might still be a little ways down the road. But Persona 3 Reload, for my first time, actually not my first time playing Persona 3, because I played Persona 3 Portable, which is the one that they made for the PSP. I did play through a tiny bit of that before I got Persona 3 Reload after it came out, and this just blows the previous Persona 3 out of the water. Like, it's so good. It's so much more styled like Persona 5, so it's so much more modern. And I hope that Persona 4 gets the same treatment. I think it will eventually. Persona 4 Golden will probably get that same treatment. Heck, even the other games, even Persona and Persona 2, I'm hoping that they get that same treatment eventually. It's absolutely fantastic. I loved it. It was so fun. The dungeon crawling thing, it gets boring after a while, I find. But it's fine for the most part. But when you're just level grinding, it's really boring. At least with like a palace, there's a little more to do, and Mementos is a bit better in Persona 5, I find. But that's just how it was on the PS2. There was only so much you could do on the PS2. Now, next one. This might actually be my favorite game of the year, and I've talked about it a lot. Stellar Blade. I've played through this game about 3 times now, and they're still adding content to it. They added a festive update. They didn't need to. They had no need to add a festive update. Yet they did it anyway. And it's awesome. New outfits. There's so many outfits in this game. You can do boss challenges. I've almost done Raven on hard. It's very hard. I've done other ones on hard, but the bosses are amazing. The music is fantastic. In my opinion, this should have won Best Soundtrack, because the soundtrack is so good. I'd say 2 or 3 of my favorite songs right now are all from Stellar Blade. And I'll play bits and pieces of all of those right now. The styling of the game is beautiful. The combat is amazing. I used to never like games with that style of combat. Like, it kind of has a similar style to, say, Sekiro or Dark Souls. And I never liked those kind of games. But Stellar Blade, when it released, I'm like, oh, this game looks interesting. It's so good. Honestly, quite possibly one of the best games I have ever played. I didn't think it would, but I think it cracked at least my top 10 favorite games of all time. Which is a hard list to crack, because there's some really good ones in there. But I'm pretty sure it cracked that list. And the next one may have cracked it too. So, one of the other big games that I played this year was Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, I do not have the integrated version for the PS5. I have the PS4 version, still sealed. I've actually played this on PlayStation Plus, but I wanted to get a sealed copy of it. But the integrated version is so expensive. This was actually my first time playing a Final Fantasy game. I've never played one in the past. I had a friend. I asked them, hey, should I play this? It looks fun. And they said, yes, it's amazing. So I tried it. It's really good. But I think Rebirth blows it out of the water. Like, FF7 Remake is really good. And it has an amazing soundtrack, great gameplay, it looks fantastic. But FF7 Remake is even better. This is the one I haven't finished in this. I love this game, it's so pretty. I recently got a PS5 Pro as well. It is one of the most beautiful games I have ever seen. Like, Last of Us Part 2 was my number one for this game looks incredible. FF7 Rebirth beat it. That game looks incredible, the combat is incredible, the music is incredible, the characters are fantastic, everything about this game is perfect. And I still haven't finished it. It's gigantic. The game is huge. I've probably only played 20% of the story. There's so much to do. I've never had a game where there's so much extra stuff to do. It's insane. It just goes, you think you're almost done, and then it just goes on and on and on and on. The problem with this game is I never have enough time to put into it, because you can play it for 5 hours and feel like you made no progress whatsoever, which is how I feel with it. I really love it, but every time I play it, I feel like I've made no progress at all. Just because of how much there is to do, how much content's in it. I'm hoping to finish it next year. Well, when you're seeing this, it'll already be 2025, but I'm recording this in 2024. But that game is fantastic. I absolutely love it. It looks incredible. Like I said, that was one of my candidates for Game of the Year, I think, and I think it would have won it if it wasn't for Astrobot. Stellar Blade was also one of my candidates for Game of the Year. Now, the last one, this is the one I've completed most recently, that being Drakengard 3. I actually just posted a video about that, and you should go watch that. I really like it. It's a great game with its issues, and I talk about that in its own video, which I will put in the description down below so you can watch it, or put it in the little tag thingy if I can figure out how that works. But I really enjoyed the gameplay. Combat can get super laggy. I think the characters are great, dialogue is really funny. I just think it's a good game overall, and I'm looking forward to playing 1 and 2 of that on the PS2, but they're super expensive. I don't quite understand why they're so expensive, but I'll put some prices on screen now. It's kind of insane. Why are they so expensive? Drakengard 3 is getting up there in price because it's a PS3 exclusive. It never came out on PC or any other console. So that's why Drakengard 3 is slowly going up, and I've talked about that too before as well. But those are my favorites, or games that I've played in 2024. And I'm hoping for another good year of that. I've already got some that I'm working on that I'll end up finishing next year that are older and newer. Hopefully we'll see. Heck, maybe I'll be talking about Rebirth next year. I don't know. Can I put that into 2 years? But yeah, those are my favorites of the year. I found that I didn't play as many games this year, but I guess it was just a busy year for me, and I've been pouring a lot of time into this currently. Let me know in the comments what was your favorite games of 2024, even if they didn't come out in 2024, the favorites that you've played this year. And with that, I will see you in the next one.